Hello there, welcome to October's Messy Church. Today we're going to be thinking about a time when Jesus fed loads of hungry people with just a very small lunch from a boy. So before we begin though with our crafts, we're going to join in with a couple of songs. We're going to do With God's Power Working in Us and My God is So Big. So join in with the actions. If you don't know them, just do your own actions to it as you sing along. And we'll be back in a minute with some crafts.
I see you crazy dance. Woohoo! Good dance, Liz. Brilliant. Everybody sing ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord Jesus. Ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord. Everybody sing ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord Jesus. Ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord. Oh, well, God's power working in us. God can do much, much more than anything we ask or ever think of. God can do much, much more. Oh, well, God's power working in us. God can do much, much more than anything we ask or ever think of. God can do much, much more. Here we go. Everybody sing ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord Jesus. Ah 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 ah. We'll praise you, Lord. Oh, with God's power working in us, God can do much, much more than anything we ask or ever think of. God can do much, much more. Oh, with God's power working in us, God can do much, much more than anything we ask or ever think of. God can do much, much more. The power that raised Lord Jesus Christ up from the grave is the power that lives in you and I today. Don't think that power is ever gonna fade away. He reigns supreme. He's Lord indeed. Our God. Everybody sing ah 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 ah. We praise you, Lord Jesus. Ah 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 ah. We'll praise you, Lord. Swing your banner. We praise you, Lord Jesus. Everybody in the house, praise the dance. We praise you, Lord Jesus. We praise you, Lord. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. In the beginning, God made everything. God simply spoke and the world came to be. He sent a flood and made everything new. He parted the sea and let his people walk through. He helped a boy bring a giant right down. Joshua marched, the walls fell to the ground. These acts of power are worthy of praise. But if you want to question my God and his ways, I'll look you in the eye and say, my God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. Though we are sinners, he still gave us worth. God sent his son to live here on the earth. He healed the sick, he made blind men see. He let the lame walk and he set the world free. He died on a cross and he rose from the grave. He conquered sin, he is mighty to save. He went to heaven and he changed, I'm forgiven and new. If people need proof, may they see it in me. Let's look the world in the eye. Let's look them in the eye and say, my God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. I'm not afraid because God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do.
Hi guys, welcome to my Feeding of the 5,000 activity. So for this you need a paper plate, you need some colouring pencils, some string, and then some paper. So it can be white paper or it can be coloured paper, whatever you choose. So to start off, we're going to get our paper plate and our colouring pencils. You can choose any colour you want to, but the paper plate is representing the basket that the fish and the bread are in. So I'm going to choose a brown, and then we're just going to colour in the paper plate. Okay, so I've chosen to do mine quite messy, but that's okay. You can do it however you want to. You can do it neatly or you can do it messy. It doesn't matter. So next, now you're going to need to be very careful with this. So you might need to get one of your parents to help you. Using a pair of scissors, we are going to poke holes. 1, 2, so like that, and then again at the bottom here. There we go. So I've got 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. So now I'm going to get my string, and I'm going to poke it through one hole, and then poke it back through the other hole. Then I'm going to tie a knot so that it can't get through. And then again, I'll cut off here, tie another knot, so then we've got one handle of the basket. So now we need to do the next one. Poke it through, and then again tie a knot on the end, then try and make sure that they are even. There we go. So now I'm going to cut off there, tie another knot. There we go. Got 2 pieces of string for my basket. So now we're going to put this to one side. So next we are going to draw our fish and our bread. So I'm going to use coloured paper to draw the bread. We're going to get our pencil and draw our bread. Make sure you don't make them too big because you need to try and make 5. There we go. I've got my 5 loaves of bread. So I'm just going to give them a quick colour in so that they look a bit more like bread. there we go. I've coloured in my loaves of bread. I know they don't really look that much like bread, but they'll do. So now I'm going to draw my fish. So I'm going to get my white piece of paper for this. And this time we're going to draw 2 fish. There we go. Those are my fish. So now, time to colour them in. Okay, there we go. We've got our fish coloured in and our bread coloured in. So now we are going to cut them out. Right, there we go. Everything's cut out. Now we're just going to stick them on our basket. And there we go. There is our feeding of the 5,000 basket.
For this next craft, we're going to make a poster that you can hang up to remind you about the story. And what you will need for this, first of all, is 3 pieces of card or paper. They can just be white, or you can use some coloured card as well. So, as well as your pieces of paper or card, you will need some colouring pens or pencils, a drawing pencil, a pair of scissors and some glue. So first off, you take one of your pieces of card. I'm using white, but you can use whatever colour you like, and you write the words on for today. So it says, "A little is a lot in God's hands. Jesus fed 5,000 with just 2 fish and 5 loaves." So you can write that in whatever type of writing you like. I've done like some squiggly writing, but you could do it in block letters. You could do it in bubble writing that you can colour in and make look pretty. But write that top and bottom. When you finish that, you can decorate it by doing a nice border around the edges. On mine, I've done some little fish all around the edge, but you can do whatever pattern you like. Or maybe if you've got some stickers, you could use stickers to go around the edge to decorate it, or even a mixture of both. But once you've done that, you set that to one side and you take your next bit of paper, and on it you draw 2 fish facing different directions, because you're going to put them on this picture crossed over. So cut those out once you've drawn them. If you're not very good at drawing, you're not sure how you can draw a fish, you can go online and Google images, drawings of fish, and pick some pictures that you like and either copy them or print them off. But once you've used your scissors, cut them out, put them to one side with your picture, and take your next bit of card, or if you're using white, you might use the same piece. But as you can see on mine, I've drawn a bowl for my bread to go in. You could draw a basket if you want it, and colour it in and pattern it as you want. Then you want 5 little loaves of bread. Again, if you're not very good at drawing, you can probably Google some images that you can print off or copy off the screen. Once you've drawn those and coloured them in, again, cut them all out. I've done mine before, so you don't have to watch me. And then you get them all together, and using your glue, you're going to stick them on. So first of all, we stick on our fish. So there's one fish there. I'm going to put him slightly up like that. And 2 fish there. There we go. There's our fish. Then I'm going to do my bowl next, but I'm not going to put glue on the top. I'm just going to put glue around the edges and the bottom. so I can put my bowl where I want it, and then I can work out where I want my bread to be. So again, I'm just going to put glue on the bottom so that I can slip my bread in like that and tuck the next one in behind them. I'm going to have one behind there so they look like they're all piled in a bowl. How's that? And there's my last ones. 1, 2. There we go, our 5 loaves and 2 fishes there on our little poster that we can hang up and to remind us that a little is a lot in God's hands. Jesus fed 5,000 with just 2 fish and 5 loaves. And now we're going to have a look at a video that tells us that story. And afterwards, Lydia and Eleanor, our Moorlands Bible students who are back with us now, are going to talk to you.
I'm so excited. Look, I've got all this food. I'm so hungry and I just can't wait to eat it all up. Lydia, do you have food? I do. Can I have some food? Sure. Oh, thank you. Guys, quick, Lydia's got food. Come on.
Oh, thanks for sharing, Lydia.
Oh, all of my food's been been taken. What am I going to eat now? I'm still so hungry. I only had enough for me to eat, but people kept coming in and taking little bits, and now it's all gone. There just wasn't enough for everyone here. Oh, do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the time when Jesus was out with his disciples, and then they found themselves surrounded by lots of people who were waiting for Jesus. And when I say lots of people, I mean 5,000 people. Now that is a lot of people. A lot of people waiting for just one person. So Jesus, even though he was probably tired, and like me, very hungry, he did what he does best. He loved, he cared, he healed, and he taught the people about the wonderful kingdom of heaven. But soon the time came when everyone, not just Jesus, was hungry and needed to eat. Can you imagine 5,000 hungry people? If they get like me when I'm hungry, that wouldn't have been very fun. So everyone was hungry, and the disciples were just about to tell everyone to go home so that they and everyone else could go and get something to eat. But Jesus stopped them and told them that the people didn't need to be sent away because they, the disciples, could feed everyone. But the disciples were confused. They thought to themselves, how are we supposed to feed all of these people? It's impossible. The only food that they had available to them were a little boy's lunch of only 5 loaves of bread. 5 loaves of bread, and then 2 small fish. Could you imagine being told to feed 5,000 people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish? You'd be laughing, or you'd be scratching your head out of confusion. Because surely that's impossible. But what do we know about Jesus? We know that for Jesus, nothing is impossible. Jesus told the disciples to bring him the bread and the fish, and then to tell everyone to go and sit on the ground. Jesus then takes the bread and the fish, lifts them up to heaven, and gives thanks to God for the food that they have. And once he has done this, the disciples give out the food, and everyone has some. All 5,000 of them. And they don't just have some, but every person has enough food to not feel hungry anymore. What's even crazier is that even after everyone had had enough food, there was still food left. In fact, they had 12 baskets of food left. That is a lot of food left over. Can you imagine? From a little boy's tiny little lunch, Jesus was able to feed 5,000 people and still have that much food left over. But that is what is so incredible about God. Even the tiniest things we give him, like that little boy with the bread and the fish, God can use for his glory. God doesn't say to us, you have to give me this much because only then will I help you. He doesn't say that. He takes anything that we give him and makes it so much bigger than we could ever imagine. Even the littlest of things becomes big when we give it to God. God can bless each and everything that we give to him and use it to help so many people. So why don't you and I, next time we want to give something to God, but then worry it's too small, remember that in God's eyes, that isn't true. Through God's power and blessing, that tiny little thing is bigger than anything you or I could ever imagine.
Hello and welcome to this craft on God using what little we can give him and he multiplies it and makes it bigger. based on the story of Jesus and the little boy who gave 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and Jesus fed 5,000 people with that little bit he gave. He multiplied it and fed thousands of people. So you're going to need 1 piece of paper, doesn't really matter how big, and 1 pair of scissors. Now, young children, if you're using scissors, please make sure you have a mum or dad or a guardian around who can supervise you and make sure that you are safe. So, first things first, we are going to take our piece of paper and we're going to fold it long ways in half. Wonderful, just like that, once in half. And then we're going to fold it again. So, we folded our paper once in half and then twice in half. And now, here's where we use our scissors and things get a little bit trickier. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making incisions all the way along this piece of paper, but we're not cutting all the way through. So we're going to cut about 2/3 or so up our piece of paper and leaving a nice big gap. And then we want to keep that gap roughly the same. So a nice big gap there. And we're just going to repeat that all the way down our paper. And 1 more. Wonderful. So our paper's now a bit frilly. You're going to turn it over for me. And on this side, the side we haven't just cut, we're going to find the middle of each section and we're going to use our scissors and cut exactly the same size cut we just did down the middle of each of these sections. So in the middle of each of these sections we just cut. 3, 2, 1. Now, close your scissors and pop them to one side. We don't need our scissors anymore. What you're going to do with me is you're going to unfold the first fold all the way along, nice and carefully. You might want to put this down. If you need an adult to help you, ask an adult to help you. Unfold it all the way down, like so. And now that's unfolded, we can unfold the next one. So hopefully should just unfold nicely and peel all the way down. Now, this paper is still the same size as when it started, but we've cut lots of little lines in it, which means that if you pick your piece of paper up and gently pull your piece of paper, can you see how long this piece of paper now is? And this is an example of us giving something to God, and God using it and making it way bigger. God calls us to give what little we have in terms of our money, our food, our prayers, and He takes it and He uses it for much, much bigger things. So take your piece of paper and with me, as we pull it out, we're going to pray and we're going to say, God, thank you for taking all that I can give you, however small it may be, and using it for really big things. In Jesus' name, amen.
So we've come to the end of our Messy Church for this month. Hope you've really enjoyed joining in with the activities and the songs. Next Messy Church, we're hoping to do Messy Church at Home packs, which will have all the bits and pieces that you need there for your craft activities. But for that, we have the light party coming up, and as you know, we can't do that in our church building this time. So what we're going to do is do some more packs for you, the Light Party at Home packs, which have lots of information there on how you can hold your own light party at home and see if we can light up houses in our areas that are shining out with the message of Jesus amongst all the different Halloween decorations that will be around. In your pack you'll have ideas for how to decorate your house, how to carve a pumpkin with a message about Jesus. There'll be different craft and game activities in there, and also information on how you can see the video that we're going to do of our blacklight puppets, so you won't miss out on the fun of those this year, and also how to send us your pictures and videos or post them on our Facebook page so that we can show others all the fun that's been going on in our homes for the Light Party. So if you're interested in either of those, go to our website www.saviours.net, and there you'll find all the details on how to get in touch with me and how to get hold of your packs. So we hope to see you next time at our next Messy Church. Now we're going to finish with another song. I'm going to jump up and down.
Here it comes. Okay, just warm up your shoulders a little bit. That's brilliant. It's a bit of bass guitar, I think. Play along with me. Bit of air guitar. I think we need a bit of acoustic guitar as well. Why don't you play along? Very good. Fantastic. Now we're going to start some jumping up and down. You ready? Because here we go. I'm going to jump up and down, going to spin right around, going to praise your name forever. I'm going to shout out loud, going to deafen the crowd, going to send my praise to heaven. I'm going to jump up and down, going to spin right around, going to praise your name forever. I'm going to shout out loud, going to deafen the crowd, going to send my praise to heaven. Okay, let's see you running on the spot. I will run this race and I will never stop. I follow Jesus till the day I drop. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Stretch your muscles. When you've got such a lot, when you've got not a lot, what? Be happy. That's great. See, jump. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. A bit of running, you ready? I'll run this race and I will never stop. I'll follow Jesus till the day I drop. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Stretch your muscles. When you've got such a lot, when you've got not a lot, what? Be happy. Try this. Go one way, and then back the other way, and then try a twist. If you didn't go down, half it's coming up again. Especially at my age. Oh, I'll run this race and I will never stop. I follow Jesus till the day I drop. Oh, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you've got such a lot, when you've got not a lot, what? Be happy. Big finish, play the drums with me. Brilliant. Well done, guys. When does it end? Somewhere, eh? Well done.